and was like, I got this guy named Drake. He's an actor. He's on the
sound like
Grassy.
Alan.
Like, who the fuck is Drake in the Grass? He let me hear him rapping like this boy could rap his ass off. And then I looked at him, I'm like, boy, what do you mean? What am I gonna do with boy? He's an actor. He's in a wheelchair on like a what is it, Disney Channel? I'm like, boy, this is not. I don't know how to make this work out.
Right.
Once again, I just wasn't seeing past what I seen in front of me and shit like that. And Weezy was smart enough to do so. You dig? And I remember being on another tour and in the back of the bus and hearing Weezy and Drake rapping and Drake saying something about Princess Diana, and it's going crazy. And I was like, wow, life is crazy. This nigga is dead nasty. Fuck what he looked like.
Show Cosmic Strictly Skills Cav inside of Top Dog Law Studios, Pod 89. You already know what it is. Make sure you get it, man. Anything falling out, Top Dog Law. Also, man, Paragon 21. We make marketing simple. And of course, how not only them, you know, we got to get it my peoples, man. United Investors Group International, get your crypto up. I already know. Jim knows about that. Yeah. You know, we're gonna definitely talk about that. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna call you trendsetter Jim. That's I'm just calling you trendsetter Jim. I don't really want to call you Jim Jones. I want to call you trendsetter Jim.
Wow.
What's popping with you, man?
How you feeling, bro? How's life been?
Man, everything's been good. A little bit of me, a lot of you.
Oh man.
You're still everywhere.
Yes.
I think the only thing maybe bigger than you is COVID.
Wow.
That might be the only thing.
Wow, I wish it was so, but no, I'm blessed, man. I'm happy to be back in the space. It feels good. It's been a long time coming. I stayed down till I came back up, and here we are.
We set the trends. Gangsta Grillz.
Yes.
First of all, how long was this in the making? You know, I want to get all the particulars out first. The PI out first.
4 days before Thanksgiving, before Halloween, I set out to drop this on Halloween, and we actually had a completed project by the time it was for me to drop on Halloween. But it was sounding so good, I was like, nah, I don't really just want to sell the people short because I'm trying to catch a drop date because of Halloween or whatever. And we decided to pull back a little bit. So this project been going on since Halloween until when it dropped on the 14th. And I got a bunch of dope artists on there. I'm excited to be able to work with all the young artists that was on there. It was a dope project overall.
25 joints.
Yeah. Mixtape shit.
Yeah, 25. Now wait, is this an album or is this a mixtape or just a mixtape album? Which one is it?
It's a mixtape album.
Gotcha.
Of course it's it's a mixtape, but because it's sold on all platforms and you can download it, it's considered to be an album because it makes money. And it's all original music.
So, you know, me, I always digest stuff. You know, there's some joints on there. That's my favorite. Of course, I love the intro. The back door joint. You got a joint. I like the shots joint. Of course, we're gonna get into our native on Enough Said joint. You got a lot of joints. You got a lot of young energy on there, all new, like just new go-getters.
Yeah.
Now, what made you go in that direction, you know, in particular?
I'm a fan of the young energy. It's that energy that keeps me alive. It's the energy that keeps me inspired, actually. They smarter than what they know. Their whole work ethic is dope. I don't know if they know that they building a business model or the fact that they rushing through life and the way that they do it became something that's been lucrative now for major record labels. and they've been winning, and I've been stealing a bit of their blueprint and mix it with some of my blueprint. And besides me, just a fan of always being able to give back and reach for youngers and be able to give some good advice that I never got. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to tell you to change your life. I'm just trying to tell you some things you need to watch out for along the way of your success. And that's all I'm trying to do because I'm not here to, I'm not Jesus. You heard? I'm not here to paint the kettle black or the pot, whatever they say. You dig?
Mm-hmm.
There's some things I want you to be aware of that you dig. It might can't happen if you don't tighten up. And that was it. That's it. And I wish I had somebody like that was there in my corner when we was coming up. Me and Cam had to learn a lot of our things by crash course of running head on to mistakes, and we learn from our mistakes. And now that I got all this knowledge, who am I to be stingy? You dig? So I'm trying to give it back.
The single, We Set the Trends.
Yeah.
Man, I when I first heard it, I was like, okay. I said, Jim, I noticed every time you put a record out, none of your records sound like the last record. It's always you always do something new. It felt like you went in a whole totally new direction with that. How did y'all even get the chemistry to get that together? And why did you specifically pick the Migos?
I didn't pick anything. Everything happened organically with
Okay.
this whole drama album. We was actually in the studio recording. Takeoff hit me like, "Where you at, Uncle? I'm about to pull up on you. Come smoke with you." Pulled up, me and this smoking. He like, "Nah, load one up. We gotta get one in. We long overdue." Loaded up a beat. He like, "That's it right there. Let me." And then he just went crazy, and I just followed up. Same thing I did with most of the energy on this album. All the artists pretty much lead the direction and energy of the record, and I kind of jumped on their wave. It was fun. It was a challenge for me for my cadence to kind of get in these different pockets. And it felt good. It definitely felt good. But everything we from Quavo after Takeoff after that hit me. I mean, Offset after that hit me when he see me posted up. Like, I gotta get on that. Then I posted that. Then Quavo hit me like, "You got 2 out the 3. You can't forget the Cho." So it's just like it just happened like dominoes. You dig? So I appreciate the Migos very much, man. Shout out to Takeoff for real.
You know the one thing that I definitely have to give you and as well as Dipset, even back I'm talking like the early or mid 2000s. It seemed like Dipset always reached out and did records that you like when Cam did Bout It and you were doing joints. Like it's just you it seemed like you guys always was never afraid to touch that narrative where a lot of people, at one time people were like, oh, I don't know if I want to do something from the South. I don't know if I want to do something from the South. Y'all always seem to be the tastemakers of that. And
We just were fans of music, and the music that we love. We were just excited to be able to do music with those people, or be able to do that type of music, or be able to build a bond with different people from the South, or bond with different people from the West. It just brought in our horizons of who we was as far as the diplomats. It gave us it put us in different hoods in America. It felt like we were part of what they were into. Like even with Chicago, how Cam went and we lived in Chicago for a couple years, bought a house and all that. Like it became like a thing that we was kind of doing residencies all over the country, and that's how the music kind of went.
Jim, you seem to touch on a lot of different things. Um, and you probably going to laugh. I feel like you're like, without the feminist side, I feel like you're like the new, what's that guy named Billy Blanks or what? Like you set the trends for this workout thing. You do that. You got crypto. You the weatherman. Which, by the way, a couple times you was wrong about the weather. A couple times.
Probably for Philly. I'm giving you New York's weekend weather.
Right.
You dig? Not Philly's weekend weather. I wish I could give you Philly's weekend weather. Maybe coming soon. I'm just blessed to be able to be creative. I've always been creative throughout my life, and different things that happen to me actually turned into bigger things. Weatherman started on Instagram, following one of these hurricanes in Miami because I was stuck down there. That turned into a real show and revolt. Shouts to Diddy, shouts to Detavio for actually seeing the vision and understanding the vision. We actually going on our 4th season. Getting back up in February. I think February 21st, I believe, we get back on. So it's been good. All these things that I've been getting into, I've just been blessed to be there. Happen to know people that actually see where I could be good at and things like that. Even with down to the crypto and things like that. It just, I can't call it, but I'm here.
So, I watch you every morning, right? No homo. I watch you every morning. I be on your gram, and I notice it's like it's always somebody calling you out, and it's friendly competition for us, the workout thing, the bar, the bar. But now I see you got the crew. Now you got you got Mano, you got Davies, you got a lot of people around you.
Yeah.
Now, how did that whole thing come about? Did you was it like a situation like, yo, don't be scared, I dare you to come do this? Or
actually, I didn't have anything to do with everybody getting to the gym together and being each other's support system. Shouts to Maine, shouts to Fab, shouts to East. We always freaking, we the members, we the guys. We always in different situations. We go to one spot in the city called Chelsea House where we gather at and drinking. I think. But he was in there and Fab pulled up this post that he wanted to put up and was like, "Yo, we should get on this." Man, it was a health post, but I'm always into it. I'm like, man, I'm into it. We could really do it. And they really was into it, and we going on our third week. And everybody been on track. Object is to put everybody through an 8-week program to work out at least 5 days a week, preferably 6. See the body transformation. We have a fitness initiative called FitLit, where we're gonna turn your experience in the gym to something different. You don't feel like you came to party instead of you feel like you came to work out. And it's dope. We actually putting everything together. I actually own a gym in Lodi, New Jersey, Iron Ring Fitness. So I'm in the midst of renovating it so that it's all good, so we can start leading the march.
A lot of people, when they start working out, it's a reason. Like, how some people, they may start working out, it's a New Year's resolution or it's health conditions. What was it about you that made you want to really, because I'm pretty sure you've always worked out because you've always been athletic, playing ball and stuff like that. What was the turning point for you to take it to the next level? Like to incorporate it in everything that you do?
Well, coming from Harlem, that's just something you learn because everybody coming home from jail when you was younger, and everybody started doing pull-ups. So, but for the most part, I got serious when I got with my lady, when I got with Chrissy. I was slimmer than she would like to have seen. She like, you had to put some weight on, boy. You're a little bit skinny. And that kind of put me in the zone.
You wouldn't want her to beat you up, right?
No, definitely not that. And I definitely don't
Right.
want to look at nobody else who's in shape. So I had to get my ass in shape, and that was the start. That was the start of the journey, and then through the journey, I've met so many people that have encouraged me, inspired me, and shown me different things in different ways. So I pretty much know everything. Some of your top trainers might know, maybe a little bit more.
So, I seen, well, before I even forget this, we definitely got to make sure I go pick up definitely Gangsta Grillz. We set the trends, Jim Jones, all digital platforms. Make sure you go cop, get it up. You already know what it is. So I seen Jadakiss upside down.
Shout out to Jada.
You guys have a great love relationship between Dipset and the Locks. And when I was watching Versus, and it was all all fair and love and war. And the one thing about it is what I like the most part is like it never went to a different level. It never got physical. Nobody like wild out to the point where hands was being thrown. But it's all friendly competition. Yeah. But you guys are still brothers, and you guys are not only brothers, in the mic in the ring. You guys are also brothers in competition now and working out. So y'all know. So Styles, I know Styles. He's big into the juicing thing. So I was thinking, like, I'm wondering, would y'all ever do a competition like that?
I mean, that's dope. That's the whole object of what we're doing with FitLit is trying to bring everybody together and turn health into wealth and wealth into health. You know what I mean? And the relationship between us and Locks is pure love. Love is respect and respect is love, all in one. You know what I mean? And it's been like that since we started in the '90s. Versus was an incredible time. Jada definitely came with his A game. I owe him one. But besides,
you keep calling. Are you still?
Yeah, I'm spicy about that. I'm hot.
You hot?
I'm hot. I'm just playing. I want to watch the media take it all out of proportion.
Right, of course.
Above all, those are our brothers, and the competition of being in fitness, we just lifting each other up, and the more people see, more brothers like us getting in the gym and more concerned about our health, it makes more people want to be more concerned about their health. Or if it's a trend, it makes more people want to follow the trend. And if you follow the trend, you definitely better in yourself because you into that health, baby. So it works in all type of ways. Shouts to Jada. Shouts to it's so many. It's a lot of entertainers that definitely are in shape or definitely be in the gym all the time. Like you got Ludacris, Wiz Khalifa, you got Party, you got Method Man, Dirty Mo, Nelly. He always been in shape. It's just a lot of entertainers that really and NLE Chopper, Kevin Gates, Kevin Hart. You know what I mean? It's just. Did I say Wiz already? Did
Yeah,
I
you said
say
Wiz.
OT Genesis? It's just so many that really into fitness, and we really need to bring it to the forefront. These are one of the avenues or one of the lanes that us as a culture haven't capitalized because it's very profitable. It's a multi-billion-dollar business, and we need to tap in.
Jim, I was very, very, very disappointed because I know at the end of verses, y'all had announced that y'all was going to go on tour.
Right.
What happened with that, man?
Uh, it's a lot of different variables, but I wish it would. I wish it would have happened. It would have been a fun tour. Hopefully, in the near future, it can happen. I can't call it. I wasn't even in charge of the tour. I was just waiting for my coins. You know what I mean? So I won't put it on the locks. I won't put it on the dipset. Sometimes things don't go the way that we wanted to, but it definitely was a dope ass idea. And then moving forward in the future, we could get that going. I think that'd be something that people would love to come out and see.
We set the trends on all digital platforms. Definitely got to keep plugging that. Hey, listen. So, Jim, it's been Bird Gang. It's been Dipset. You've been a part of a lot of different things. Which, by the way, Bird Gang Money was my shit. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, it's a classic record.
That
Shouts
was
to shouts to NOE
that was
from
my
DC.
shit. That was my shit.
Free Melly.
We all know Ballin' is like one of the biggest records
Ever?
ever
Shit,
for
yeah.
you. Life changer.
Yeah.
Life changer for you.
So Michael Jackson had I call it. That shit still ring today.
Jim, you've had I know at one point you were doing I think you were doing AR work for Koch at the time.
Yeah.
And you were doing
Koch,
stuff at Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like the head nigga in charge for a second.
Yeah,
Warner
you know,
Brothers.
a lot of budgets, a lot of budgets, a lot of big budgets being, brought across the
Yeah,
table.
I had a good time. I was
Right,
young. I
right.
was young. I was very smart, but not knowledgeable. You heard?
So there were a few artists that probably came across your desk.
Yes, lots of them.
What artists? Give me, I guess, your top three artists that came across your desk that you didn't like. You not necessarily you didn't sign, but you didn't really pay them that much attention, and they're relevant right now.
That I didn't pay them that much attention.
Yeah.
I don't. Well, I would say there is one artist that, and that would have been J. Cole.
J. Cole.
Yes, J. Cole. When I was recording "Pray for Rain," um, his manager what's my man? Lord. But they would bring him to the studio every day. He would rap for me every day. I'm like, damn, you rap uh, just like Drake, boy. I don't know what to do with you. He's hella light skinned back then. We was still doing all type of gang shit. It's a little edgy. The music was a little bit different. I didn't know how to put him in effect, but he could rap his ass off, and I always told him that. So he could never say I never told him he wasn't talented. I just didn't understand it at the time. And where my life was, I was looking for something else when it was right in front of me and shit. We all
Something
make
that more
mistakes.
ran across your
Yes.
lines of what you was doing.
But I definitely, there was a bunch of artists that I wouldn't say instrumental, but I was there from the beginning when a lot of these are right from their break. Down to Fetty Wap, I remember speaking to Fetty Wap while he was sitting on the floor in the studio and Heat Maker Studio right before he signed. I was actually trying to get him to sign, but I was also giving him a lot of knowledge. Um, Shouts to Meek.
I remember. I remember when you were in Philly, you came to a couple of conventions, a couple of things,
Yeah.
and you and Meek was hanging pretty
Yeah.
tight. Now, did Meek wanted to have an affiliation, get signed, or was just looking for knowledge at that point?
Well, they were bringing Meek to the studio, and I got to meet him in the very early stages of his success before he got signed. And at that time, I definitely was in a different place in my career where I was in the midst of being a blackball, and I knew it, but I wasn't trying to tell nobody around me because I don't want to put nobody hopes down. And in my mind, when Meek came in there, I knew how hot he was and how dope he could be. I just knew that I couldn't help him the way I wanted, and I'd be selfish if I really try to paint the picture to be something innate to trying to sign him and things like that. But he had a lot on the table, and I do remember telling him that Rick Ross would be a hell of a choice. And I just love the fact that I seen where he started and where he's at today. But he always had the hunger and the hustle in his eyes. Even when I came to Philly, he was talking about getting the bag and things like that. And I just same thing I'm doing now is I want to give as much knowledge as I can because I want some of these youngsters to see the bigger picture. Because when you get in the beginning, you don't get to see everything because you never been to too many places or you dig. So
Right.
I just want them to see that it's a whole bigger picture. He got that quick because he is the big picture right now. He put Philly on big time for the last 10 years. The Liddy City, you dig. So I definitely tip my hat to Meek for everything he's done in the game, and I know to be this important in your city, got to feel good because I remember from him doing his first what's the summer jam out here they call
Powerhouse.
when he came on with the bike. He had the
Mhm.
motorcycle, the dirt bike on
Mhm.
stage and things like that. So you
Mhm.
dig. But there's a lot like a lot of dope rappers.
Did Drake ever run across your desk or no?
Drake definitely ran
Ooh.
across my desk.
Wait,
100%.
Drake, you had a chance to sign Drake?
Yeah, I got a call from Alan Grumblatt. I think I was on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Alan was like, I got this guy named Drake. He's an actor. He's on the
You sound like
Grassy.
Alan.
Like, who the fuck is Drake in the grass? He let me hear him rapping like this boy could rap his ass off. And then I looked at him, I'm like, boy, what do you mean? What am I gonna do with boy? He's an actor, he's in a wheelchair on like a what is it, Disney Channel? I'm like, boy, this is not, I don't know how to make this work out.
Right.
Once again, I just wasn't seeing past what I seen in front of me and shit like that. And Weezy was smart enough to do so. You dig? And I remember being on another tour and in the back of the bus and hearing Weezy and Drake rapping and Drake saying something about Princess Diana and it's going crazy. And I was like, wow, life is crazy. This nigga is dead nasty. Fuck what he looked like. He did. Oh man. Kevin Gates. Dope story.
A lot
Kevin
of people
Gates.
went across your desk.
Kevin Gates.
Wow.
Remember, got a call from Baby and them. Like, yo, we got this artist we trying to sign, but he not trying to sign no papers, no deal with no one unless he get to meet Jim Jones. I'm like, I'm thinking they
What?
bugging. I'm
Wait,
just telling
Kevin
you,
Gates said he wouldn't sign unless he got
when he
chance.
first came out of jail,
Wow.
100%. And Baby and them, and I think it was Taz at the time. One of them, after Baby reached out for the favor, they was like, but nah, he's in town right now. Could you see him tonight? And this is when I had the studio on 28th Street, and Kevin Gates walked in there with a pair of khakis or some beige jail pants on and some jail sneakers, or his sneakers was tied up like he was still in jail about to go fight in the yard. And he was just had a ball of excitement. We ended up doing like 6, 7 records that day. I never forget. And after that, did this deal and shit. Kevin Gates is one of the most popular artists from the South that we know right now.
Damn.
Independent too, like all full boom, no bullshit. You dig? And that's one of the closest friends that I actually have in the industry. You dig? And I don't want nobody. I don't want this conversation to be taken out of context. Like, I'm not sitting here saying I'm responsible for anything. I'm just sitting here saying I was in the beginning of a lot of these people's journey, that I was there to be able to watch and give some, hopefully some great advice at the time or whatever I told them. I know that it probably stuck because I like to see people win. But don't take me for taking credit for any of these artists, saying these artists.
Right.
You dig?
What would you would have done, knowing what you know now? Would you would have handled it differently when they came across your desk? Would you would have listened to it differently? Would you would have looked at it differently? Like, knowing what you know now, because you in a different frame of mind.
What you know, knowing what I know now, of course I would have looked at it differently, yeah, if I had a chance to. You dig? But I'm not mad at the way it went. You dig? Because it's all part of my story, and to watch some of these individuals blow up to be some of the biggest stars that any of us have seen. It gave me a lot of some type of gratification inside. Like, damn, that shit is dope. You dig? I even remember when Chris Brown got signed, and they was looking for Joel to do a single because they.
Well, he did the remix.
Wells did
The
this
running
first
joint.
mix, yeah, the first
Yeah,
joint.
he
I,
was
I
running joint.
remember going to the studio. He was 16, and he was just fresh, just like happy to be here, singing his ass off. Um, Man, we could go on and on. The list goes on and on and on. Um, but it's dope. It's dope to be able to be in that position, to be able to be next to people like that.
We
You know.
set the trends on all digital platforms and make sure you go do what you do. Cop up. Gangsta Grillz. Shout out to DJ Drama, man. Philly's own. Jim, you're at the Roc Nation brunch.
Right.
Wow. Jim,
Yeah.
you know, I would not have imagined in 100 years that you and Mr. Carter would be in the same vicinity. I'm going to ask you one question. I just want to know the conversation when y'all sat down. I don't want to know what was said exactly. I just want to know, like, how was that conversation? And because I'm touching on, because I'm going back to, I remember when the We Fly High was out, and I remember when Jay did his verse, and like, but to see that y'all came full circle and you guys are doing business. I just want to, like, how was that first conversation?
The first conversation started. I was telling Chrissy I got a meeting with Jay in L.A. She was like, "That's kind of dope." She called me back later that day, like, "We gonna catch a jet to L.A." I said, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "Call your brother." So we ended up catching the jet to LA, round trip, big boy shit. Met at the Soho House, I believe that was. And Jay was just in his element. Fly, calm, and cool nigga that he is. You dig? It's always right. His surroundings is always right. You gonna feel rich whenever you in his surroundings and things like that. And it was dope. It was a dope conversation to not really talk about the past, but respect the past and talk about the future, and just talk about a lot of things we had in common. Chrissy was there. They had, they from a whole different era before I really came outside. So it was just dope. You know what I mean, and we always had a lot of respect for each other, even in the midst of whenever went on. I mean, besides anything else, even when we was in baseline, we always had a mutual respect of what life was and shit like that. So things happen. We get older, time heals everything. I'm appreciative of the opportunity to even be able to text him and have a phone call with him, to even be invited to the Roc Nation brunches.
Everybody doesn't get to the Roc Nation
trust
brunch.
me, I know. You
Yeah,
did.
everybody doesn't get
Everybody be on my line when it's Roc Nation brunch
Word.
time, but nobody don't call me no other time. You heard me?
Cameron Jim Jones. So people don't understand. I remember when, we go back. I remember when I'm talking Undia's time, I'm talking Epic time. I remember when Cam, like I tell people, Cam was like, he was the guy that was doing most of the rapping, like 90% of the time. I remember Cam called up.
He was the rapper.
Yeah, he undoubtedly Cam was definitely top 5, definitely in those times. I remember when Cam called up the station one night, and Cam literally was freestyling over the air on the phone for like 20 minutes, and me and Q Deezy, shout to Q Deezy, we had to actually turn the phone off. Like, we turned the phone off because he wouldn't stop rapping. You guys have an enormous relationship, business as well as personal. When you guys were at, a little bit of dismay, did you ever feel like, yo, you know what? I just want to call my brother up and just say, look, let's talk. What was the turning point for you guys to, like, hash it out? Because it's just like brothers, when you and your brother don't speak, it's something that, damn, because I know you guys think about things that y'all used to do when y'all was young. What was that? What was it that brought you guys back full circle?
Sometimes it's somebody mutual that always does it. I remember it was Tuma that actually got us back together. I believe the first time, after all of little shit that was going on. And the mutual respect we have for Tuma was kind of funny because it kind of I feel like it kind of made us both think about how we was mad about each other for basically nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Something that we would laugh about, something that we did laugh about. Um, we like brothers, man, no different from anybody else. Um, we grew up thick as thieves because we had a plan and we knew where to take it. Bit of a love hate relationship, constant competition since younger, and that hasn't changed to this day. And I respect it and I love it for what it is. You know, this past few years, he been had a situation that's passed with the law. He's at the tail end of that. Um, his energy is up. He's fully ready to go. I'm excited to see what he about to start doing. I know the music he got is crazy. I've heard so much of it. I'm just ready for him to come out and bomb and get back in the loop and really do the things that he loved to do, and that's this music and put on.
Yo, man, you guys gotta do a Dipset tour. You gotta do it. Even I mean, I know the versus thing ain't happening, but people want to see that. What can we do?
Well, I wouldn't say that's not possible. I want to say about none Diplomat is impossible. We still have businesses today and things like that. Today we see what the future may bring, and if it makes sense, that thing gonna go up. You heard? That's just that. The bag right. You heard? The swag right. We jumping in, Jack.
Yeah, we definitely gotta talk about that. Couple last things. So, crypto.
Yeah.
You know, crypto.
Capricorn.
Like, what you seen the ball coming? By the way, shout out to United Investors Group International. But, what? Who gave you the ball on? Because I noticed you jump out on things quick. Who put you up on the crypto game? What was it?
Shout out to my man Noel from Zap Theory. He was the first person to put me up on cryptocurrency and NFTs. Right? Man, they showed me how to really what it was, so I understood it. Showed me how to make money off of it. And you know, I've been in the space for a minute. I've been encouraging everybody to get in the space. I know it's the next thing for us as a people to do, and usually we don't get on the things until we the last to know about it. So I'm trying to scream it out loud so we can at least jump in now while we ahead of the game instead of in back of the game. Because pretty soon the physical dollar will be no more, and we'll be all dealing with cryptocurrencies, digital currencies, and NFTs as forms of payment. And by that time, it's going to be too late if you don't start now. So, and starting now means to really understand and do your due diligence. I'm not a financial advisor, but if you want to know about it, I suggest you start with a crypto wallet. Once you got a crypto wallet, you're able to surf and go through all this things that they have going on, so you could do your own research and hopefully make you a shitload of money.
What's up with you on Hitmaker? I keep talking about hearing this project coming. What we doing? What we
Shouts to
doing?
my boy Berg, Young Berg.
Young Berg, right?
Yeah.
Hey, pretty lady.
Definitely.
Right.
Shouts to Berg, man. You always get a lot of flack, but I like giving him his flowers. The boy's ultra talented. He's been putting hits out for these past 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Repeatedly tearing up the radio airwaves in your top 10 slots and things like that. Got a chance to work with him on the whole album. You know, had a great relationship with him for years and years. He's been like a little brother to me. So it's kind of dope to see me be able to get in the studio with him and him give me some of them big boy tracks that he give to some of these monster artists that no matter who it is and things like that. So I got a monster album. It's completed. I'm actually about to fly out to the West Coast so that we could.
So that's coming. That's definitely gonna come.
Oh yeah, that's definitely coming. After this Gangsta Grillz, we're going into the Lobby Boys. Lobby Boys probably drop about March. And then we're gonna go into the Hitmaker joint. Should drop around May. Give us a little summer warm up. But guarantee you got some more hits. I got hits coming out. I'm excited to be back in this space. You dig? I'm trying to keep the lane open.
Let's go. Hey, so I would think Philadelphia is like your second or third home.
Yes. Me and Philly have a dope relationship.
And I see you got, one of our stars on the album. Enough said.
Enough said.
How did you come across him? We want to know.
I saw his post on Oskino's page.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Shout out to Oskino.
Yeah, shout out to Oskino. I had Oskino not too long ago on a DM and just told him one day I want to just come kick it with him. I really like his style. Like, you dig? Like, I like how he move. I like the shit he be talking about. You dig? But he always been that since the Rock days and shit like that. Seeing him post you on his page, I end up hitting Baz because I got a dope relationship with Baz. So I could, you know what I mean? I hit Baz like, who Young Boy? He like, yo, I don't know who Young Boy is, but he from Philly, I'ma find
And
him.
young, boy, that's our word. But go ahead.
You know I know.
Yeah, I know you know the language.
I know.
Right.
Then he actually got me in touch with him and got to speak to him on the phone. Told him pull up. Him and his man just pulled up to the city. Just Mr. doing the Gangsta Grill. Went to test his temperature. Asked him if he ready to rap. I ain't really got too much talk. You dig? He fulfilled every requirement on the spot. He was ready to rap. And what you hear on the mixtape is what he did when he was ready to rap. So it wasn't no second try.
Definitely. So you guys are definitely official.
He coming up in one of the toughest cities in America right now.
Please say that again.
He definitely, and I mean that from the streets even to the music. There's a lot of competition out here when it comes to the music. A lot of these boys out here know how to really rap. You dig? Like Philly is a rap town, and Philly is right now is a violent town. You know, I urge everybody to try to do their best to kind of use it when it's necessary. I know it's hard out here when you're in the streets, but you dig? I ain't trying to preach. I'm just trying to reach a little bit. But for the most part, talented, smart, got charisma. I be watching his gram. Girls be on him. He got a little bit of all.
He was in my girl DM. Me and him about to have some problems. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm kidding. I'm joking.
But yeah, he got a little bit of all the attributes of what it takes to actually be a star. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of hard work, but he could fulfill all the lanes if he keep pushing on. I just like to be there, that kind of help. And where I'm at now, like you said before, the things I didn't know back then is what I kind of know now, and I kind of know that he's one of them. You heard? So here we are.
So I heard you got some newcomers.
Yeah, I got a slew of artists. We got VL Records and Distribution. Shouts to Empire. I got my own situation through this, so I've been helping a lot of artists out with distribution. Got a priority list where there's some artists that you dig. I definitely see that I need to help more than other people coming in just for distribution. Enough said is definitely on the priority list. Peso definitely on the priority list. We got Buck over there on the priority list. We got King, we got Yellow, we got Glit. It's a few. We got Nux, we got Salo on the West Coast, we got Lip in Miami, Cash and NO. Got a few artists that I believe in, and I'm start to use my knowledge and my experience to help them market and promote. I mean,
well, you know what we came to do.
Yeah.